How did multiple people lose time on the same night, in the same place? It's late evening in September 1969. A quiet stretch of road in the Berkshire Hills of Massachusetts. A car slows, then stops, because ahead, just beyond the tree line, there's a light. Not distant, not fixed, moving, silent. Witnesses later described it as intensely bright, white, with a slight bluish glow, casting light across the trees without any visible source. No beam, no sound, just illumination, spreading outward. A family watches as it drifts between the trees, too controlled to be random, too close to ignore. Then something changes. The atmosphere shifts. Some describe the air as feeling thick, almost electrically charged. Others said the usual night sounds, wind, insects, distant movement, seemed to fade completely, and for a moment, everything feels suspended. Across the region that night, multiple people would later describe similar experiences, not together, not connected at the time, but unfolding within the same area on the same evening. One of them was a young boy named Tom Reed. He was travelling with his family when they encountered a bright, hovering object near a covered bridge in Sheffield. They described a glowing craft, oval-shaped, intensely bright, positioned low over the road. Some accounts described the light reflecting sharply off the car's surface, while the surrounding trees appeared unusually still, as if unaffected by wind. As they approached, the car reportedly stalled. The engine cut out, the headlights dimmed, the light intensified, and then the memory fractured. Reed later described finding himself inside a space he didn't recognize. A room lit, without visible source, smooth surfaces, no clear edges. He described the environment as clean, almost sterile, without seams, fixtures, or visible structure. Figures were reported, small, grey, with large eyes, moving with purpose, but without speech. He described being examined, observed, unable to fully understand what was happening. At times, he recalled a sense of calm, followed by confusion. He later described a moment where he became aware of his own breathing, slow, controlled, but not by him. Then just as suddenly, he was back, in the car, on the road. But something was wrong. Time had passed, but not in a way they could follow. The journey should have taken minutes. It hadn't. Clocks didn't align. The journey took longer than it should have, and there was no clear explanation for the gap. Elsewhere, that same night, others reported encounters. A woman named Jane, who later came forward publicly, described being drawn toward a light in a field. She recalled a sensation of being lifted, unable to resist or move freely, before finding herself inside a similar enclosed space. She described a bright interior with no visible light source, and a quietness that felt unnatural, no echo, no ambient sound. She recalled the ground beneath her no longer feeling solid, as if distance and direction no longer made sense. Another witness, a teenager at the time, described seeing a large, illuminated object hovering silently over the landscape. He later reported a period of missing time, followed by confusion about how long he had been gone. When he tried to recall the exact moment it disappeared, he couldn't. Only the moment after it was already gone. Years later, when these accounts were shared, patterns began to emerge. Similar descriptions, similar environments, similar interruptions in time. The case would later gain wider attention through interviews, documentaries, and investigations. The Mutual UFO Network reviewed aspects of the case. In 2015, the town of Great Barrington officially acknowledged the incident, naming it one of the earliest reported UFO encounters in the United States. In later years, some witnesses spoke about the long-term impact, not just the memory of the event itself, but the difficulty of explaining it. The feeling that something real had happened, even if it couldn't be fully placed into a known explanation, because the most difficult part wasn't the light, or the figures, or even the missing time. It was what came after. Trying to explain something that doesn't fit into anything we understand, and yet, it was seen, it was felt, it was remembered. The night itself has passed, the road is still there, the trees haven't moved, but for those who were there, something else remains, because whether it is misperception, memory, or something beyond current understanding, the question isn't just what happened in those woods, it's why so many separate people remember it the same way.